I've got an interesting one for you. We're going to talk about the lies that create ties in toxic relationships. These are the lies that keep you bound to abusive people, to narcissistic people. Many of you want to know, what are the soul ties that keep you connected to abusive people? What are these trauma bonds and how do you get rid of them? Well, many of these things are nothing more than just lies that over time you begin to believe. Let's talk about these lies and break the soul ties that were created by lies. My name is Kevin. This is The Royal We. Now, a lot of these lies that we are going to talk about aren't necessarily going to feel good. It's going to change the way you view the world and you view relationships, but it needs to be done because it's these lies that have formed your ties into abusive, toxic relationships. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And then what I would invite you to do is down in the comment section below, write the lies that you believed that have created toxic ties in your life. All right. So I'm going to start with this one. The first lie that I discovered in my own personal healing journey is that I have to be liked by everybody. That's a lie that I started to believe. As a result of feeling like I needed to be liked by people, I joined worship teams at church. I became a lay councilman at church, and I started to act nice and sweet, and I thought that I needed to get people to like me. I thought that was part of the Christian responsibility, is to be likable. And the problem with this and how it invites toxicity into your life is that when people come and do not like you, right, which how many of you know by now that there's just going to be people that don't like you, you think it's something that you can change. You think people don't like you, therefore you must try harder. Who am I resonating with? Right? That was me too. I thought that if I'm not liked, that means I'm not likable and I need to do something about it. It took me a while to realize people just aren't going to like me for any number of reasons, none of which have anything to do with me. People don't like me because I'm bald. People don't like me because I wear blue shirts. People don't like me because I'm not this or not that. This is just the negativity of the world that we live in, and we have to accept it. If we buy into the lie that we have to be likable in this life, then we will spend our lives wondering what's wrong with us every time we come across people who don't like us. And as a result, you will end up serving abusive people. They love that, by the way. Abusive people, narcissistic people, they love someone like you who thinks that they need to be liked by everybody. Man, they will use you up and spit you out. So when you stop believing that lie that you have to be liked, you'll be okay when people don't like you. I do the royal we. I don't care that people don't like it. I get comments all the time, people on here saying, what are your credentials? What gives you the right to talk? Blah, 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 blah. At this point, I just say, yeah, well, whatever. You don't like me. Go away. Go to someone else's channel. We need to accept the fact that people just aren't going to like us. And it's their problem, not ours. Okay, that's number one. Number two, here's a big lie, that you have to like everybody. This is another lie that I believe that kept me in toxic relationships. That I have to like everybody. This is something that I believe many people of faith, many people who claim to be spiritual, many people in Christianity, this is the biggest, most hurtful, toxic lie that you can buy into. That somehow being spiritual means you have to like everybody. That was me as well. So I'd run into toxic people, people who are mean and rude and arrogant, the narcissistic person. And somehow I had to try to like them, when in truth I didn't. And I say this time and time again, the reality of you and your abusive relationship, your toxic relationship, is that you don't really like them. At some point, we try to make ourselves like them when we have nothing in common with these people. We don't want to talk the way they talk. We don't want to do the things they do. We don't like their lifestyle. Why are we wasting time trying to like them? It is much better to stop the lie and just admit, I don't like them. And then we have to accept that. Wow, I don't like somebody. I don't like a lot of people. It's okay to not like people. We need to stop buying into the lie that if we don't like somebody, that means we're mean. No, it means you're You have boundaries. It means you have values, right? And narcissistic people, again, they love that. If you don't like them, they call you judgmental and selfish and this and that, and that's fine. Accept it. I am judgmental. I have to judge who I'm around. This is my life. I have to protect myself. And I am selfish. I'm not going to give my time away to somebody who I don't like. Right? So those are two interesting ones. Here's another lie. How about that there's good behind every mean person? When you come across that mean monster, there's something good in there. There's a good heart in there. You just have to find it. How many of you know now that that's not necessarily true? Just because you come across a monster doesn't mean that there's good in there. And it's not up to us to dig through that monster to try to find the morsel of good. The whole Beauty and the Beast story, where if you just love that monster who's thrashing about and wants to bite your head off, that if you just hang in there long enough, that you're going to change them into an amazing, big-hearted Prince Charming or princess or whatever. No, it's never going to happen. Nowhere in the scriptures of the Bible, nowhere in any faith does it say that you can change evil into good. You might as well try to turn a rock into bread. It's not going to happen. So at some point we bought into the lie that our goodness will rub off on somebody who's not good. No. Listen, that's a complete lie. The truth is when you meet somebody and when they show you who they really are, believe them. When they show you that they're a rock, know that they're a rock and you're never going to get a piece of bread out of a rock. That's it. That's all there is to that, right? This is kind of fun. Let's talk about more lies. How about this, that you always have to love and be a part of your family no matter what. This is probably one of the more damaging lies that we have bought into. Family's thicker than water, blood is thicker than water, whatever the nonsense is, it's all stupid. Family is a relationship of responsibility only. That's it. Responsible is when you're young and you're being raised. Parents are responsible to raise you and to feed you and nourish you. That's part of the responsibility. It in no way implies that you are unified and you're one, right? Ideally, you break away from your family. This is where scapegoats in families have a hard time because they're rejected by their family. Their family doesn't like them because they're not like them. And so scapegoats feel bad and they sometimes miss their calling in life because they stay attached to their family because they buy into that lie. Well, I have to have my family. No, there's a reason why you're the scapegoat. You don't belong there. Leave. Because your family will never let you become what you're called to become. Listen, one of the biggest lies is that family wants best for you. No, that's not true at all. Most families want what's best for them. And if you're not on board with that, then you're attacked. So that's a huge lie. And a lot of times people, that lie continues into holidays. Well, Christmas Eve, you have to spend it with family, even if you don't get along. How nonsensical is that? How stupid is that? Why would you spend Christmas Eve, which is supposed to be an important holiday, why would you spend it with people who you don't get along with any other day of the year? It makes no sense. Come together one night, pretend to like each other? How stupid is that? I got an idea. How about this? How about you put these special holidays and you take these and you spend it with people who really care about you every day of the year? If it's such a holy holiday, spend it with people who really care about you, not pretending for a night with people who don't. It's kind of silly, right? But again, we do these things because of lies. And again, these are the lies that keep us in ties with people we don't belong with. So that's just a few that I could think of. These are things that I have learned, right? I invite you in the comment section down below to write some of the lies that have kept you in ties in toxic relationships with abusive people in your life. Share them with the community. And like always, I'll be back with more videos right here. If you need one-on-one time with me, down below in the description box, you'll find access to my calendar. FaceTime, WhatsApp, video calls are all available for you. Monday night is Royal We Live Chat. Saturday morning is Royal We Fellowship. The links are all down below, so head on down there, and I'll be back with more videos right here.